Good morning, my beautiful crafty friends. Welcome to my studio. It's Laurette. I told you I'd be back, and here I am. It's Work On It Wednesday, and it's very early morning for me. I didn't sleep much last night, and I was afraid I would go back to sleep and sleep half the day away. So I decided to get up and do this project that we're going to do today. I had it all ready to go. In fact, I actually had a different project today. I had a big old folio we were going to work on. But after looking at it last night, I realized there were some things I didn't like when I looked at it first thing this morning. And so I just decided to hold off on doing it. I'll make it for Friday. So I'm going to do this one. This one's all ready to go, hopefully. And hopefully we'll get quite a bit of it done today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on these first. If I have time, I'll do a share. If not, I'll do it another day. So, because I really want to get these done. I absolutely adore these. These are my Victorian ladies. These are going to be journaling pocket cards. So they're going to have pockets, but they're also going to be journal cards. So you could kind of do either thing. Either you can glue them down. They'll be left open at a certain point where you could put things in them. Kind of up to you. They kind of go along the line of the other ladies that we did, but not exactly the same. They're all going to be in a journal that I'm going to be working, several journals that I'm going to be working on. So I'm starting to do the prep for those journals, starting to make the ephemera. So I thought I'd slip it into those 4 projects that we talked about. Sorry, my papers just flew onto the floor there when I picked up those cards. It was like, ah! So I'm very excited to be here. I've had a little break and I'm ready to get creative. So we're going to get started. I hope you're all well on this wonderful Wednesday. It's Wednesday for you. It is Tuesday for me. And it's early, like I said. So I'm happy to get going early because I know the guy's going to be making a lot of noise. And this way it's nice and quiet. Well, fingers crossed. You know how it is. Every time I think that, I actually should never, ever say that because then I jinx myself. So these are all the goodies we're going to use today. I'm going to pull them off to the side. You'll still be able to kind of see them off camera. But there are a number of layers to this. In fact, there's a lot of layers to this little project. And so I'm going to tell you the kinds of things that I used so that you can, collect your goodies. You're going to need some kind of, they can be fussy cuts, they could be stickers, they can be from a book, they can be from digitals. These are digital. And I believe these are My Porch prints. And then you're going to need some images, whatever images you want to use. And these from all different sources like I talked about before. You can find them Artie Mays and Shabby Dabby Doodah, Ruby and Pearl. Oh gosh, who else? Everybody's got some vintage ladies. So just look around, you'll find them. I also use some coffee dyed cardstock. You could just use regular coffee dyed paper. I wanted these to have a little bit of stability. They might end up being too stiff, but I'm going to give them a try. I also grabbed some vintage book page, because I wanted all the yummy colors. You can see it's all going for a specific colorway. And then I grabbed some doilies. Not sure if I'm going to use them. I may even use some lace bits. We'll see. I thought I brought those in yesterday, but I might not have. I'm looking around my studio because I know I brought the bag of lace bits. Oh, yeah, there they are. I see them on the floor. Then I also got myself some parchment paper that I coffee dyed. You could use tracing paper, vellum, parchment paper, whatever you've got. This is some deli paper, but you could use packaging, whatever you'd like. And then I even grabbed some of the paper towels from when I did my coffee dyeing, because if I want to add layers, that will work. And I grabbed a digital of some music paper. Okay, so that's what we're going to use today. And so we have a number of layers. And the first layer, the way these layers are going to go is like this and this. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to put things so I can get to them, but not be in the way. All right, so this is going to be our first base. This is going to be our second, and I've cut them just a wee bit smaller. I use my Tim Holtz paper cutter. And then, let's see, then would come my paper. And then will come probably either book page, our music paper, and our images, and we're going to be going in that order. So one of the things I want to do is I want to do a little crinkle. I want it to look a little bit older. Do a little crinkle, crinkle. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to try to stay on screen here. I know lately I've been working down here, so I'm going to work really hard. I'm looking to see which side has the most. Light's a bit different in the morning. I like it. It does definitely going to need to have some ink everywhere. This is an inky project, probably. I mean, not a ton, just enough, you know, that you get a little, we want some age on it. You know, we want to have, I don't know if you're really going to see it because it's very similar in color, but excuse my voice. It is early morning. I haven't used it much this morning, although I was awake a good part of the night, so I'm going to sound like Kermie at some point. All right. I'm not going to do a lot to this one because it's already, yummy, yummy, yummy coffee dye. I can smell it this morning, which is making my tummy rumble. Decided to do this without breakfast or coffee because I was concerned I wouldn't get it done. I will do another one this afternoon. Hopefully, I'll start on the folio that I want to do. It's a triple flip folio with pockets and all kinds of goodies. So it's a rather involved project. It's a big project. Okay, so there we go. I'm getting the age that I want. This one, I'm just going to do, it is coffee dyed, but the edges are from where it's been cut a little bit white, which I don't care. Oh, look at that side. I want it that dark. I'm going to have to see whether I want it dark with the images or I want it a little bit light. I think I'm going to want it darker. So I'm going to do this side instead. Now, I could do these all, you know, en masse, but I think I'm going to do them individually. So I'm not going to do these yet. These are going to set off to the side, and we're going to work on this right here. And I do know with her, because she's so gorgeous, she's a beautiful bride of, looks like the 1920s bride. I'm going to, and I am probably going to use my Tim Holtz paper cutter, because I want all the edges to be jagged, but as you know, I'm not much of a fan of ripping it myself, so I'm not as confident as I would like to be, let's put it that way. And then I'll do some ripping, just maybe not that much ripping. I'm going to need my little bucket, I'm sure. I'm going to empty it so I have room for all my scraps today. And I have to think about how big a piece do I want underneath her. So before I get going here, okay, I just threw my picture clear across the room. Floated right away. The window is open because it's a beautiful, cool morning. It's supposed to be about 75 today versus our 104. So I think a 3.5 at most. So let's see. And I'm wondering how tall I want this. Let's see, how tall is this? I think I made them 4 by 3.5. Yeah, 4. So I would say 3.5 by 3.5. So I think I'd be safe just doing, I have to figure out, sometimes you got to figure out where you're going to put your paper in at. 3.5. I think that's 3.5. There we go. And I'm going to take off some of the edge here. And a little bit of this edge, very little of this edge, because I just realized I had to cut it. And push that up there. Like I said, I hope you're all well and having a wonderful day. And I hope you're all crafting or doing something fun. Or you may be at work, you know, you're coming home from work and you're relaxing for the evening, or you may be crafting along with me, which I hope you will. This is a really fun project. So if you have any of these things in your stash, this is, you know, a really quick and easy project to do. And you don't have to use the Victorian. You can use any. You can use florals, or you can use, you know, did I say 3? Ooh, or did I say 3.5? I think I said 3.5. I don't know. I'll try to get the bigger one. I can always cut it down. Yeah, since I don't need it on that end, I could do it like this. I really like this end better. I think I'm gonna work on this end. I'll cut a couple pieces because it won't hurt me to do that, right? Anyway, I was saying you can use florals or botanicals or whatever image you want to use. Oh, I have the dropsies today. Great. It's going to be one of those days. Oh, dear. All right. Well, we'll just hang on as best we can. It's going to be quite a ride if I keep dropping everything. I'm going to ink around my lady. Give it a bit of age. I'm actually going to... One of the ways of aging something is to move the paper around. This is parchment paper, parchment printing paper. So one of the cool things is to just move it around, rough it up a little bit, break down the fiber a bit. I'm not going to worry about this side because we're going to have her there. I think I'm going to create a little bit of layering here by doing this. Okay, let me get this going, then we'll do a little chat. I'm going to pull up the sleeves. I'm getting serious. Pull up the chair. I also think I want to add, I'm debating on whether I want a little bit of torn paper towel in there on the bottom to get some layering, as if it was maybe a hanky from the wedding, for the wedding. Yeah, we would go this way. Sorry about the sniffles. Like I said, it's early. It's going to be 74. It's beautiful. I'm great. I'm glad it's cooling because my husband and neighbor are working on our back wall, a retaining wall that keeps the house above us and to the sides of us on each side from falling in our yard or us falling in their yard. So it's very, very important. It's something we have to get done. And I say we loosely because as a homeowner, I'm required, but I physically can't do that work. So the guys are doing it. And our neighbor is retired as well. So the two guys together are getting this. Well, they're going to tackle it. We'll see how we do. For those of you who are Facebook friends, you can find photos of it on my Facebook page. So feel free to go over there and take a peek. You can see what we're doing. So that's our big news. Our air conditioner guy came, as I told you, so we're still waiting on the parts for that. Who knows how long that will take. So it's a process like everything else. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue these. Let's see, what glue do I want, though? I want glue stick? I don't know. Good question. Maybe we could start with the glue stick and see if it's going to work enough. It's cool this morning, so it's not as soft as it has been. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I just got a big old glob. Ah! There we go. Uh-oh. There's a big old chunk. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's what happens when it's hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I'm going to move this up and over. I'm going to move her down a bit. I'm going to put her on the edge because I want to do some decorating right here. I think for... Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to do the paper towel. I think this adds... It's textured paper towel, and it is yummy and dark and gorgeous. So I'm going to add it right... I see right where I want to add it. Okay. Okay, push up the glue stick. There we go. Trying to use that big old glob, but not, you know what I mean? It's going to be somewhere I don't want it. You watch. I'll be pulling out that. One thing, I normally use a card, but I don't want to lose all the yummy wrinkles. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be a sticky day. which is okay because I like sticky. It's part of being a crafter. If we're not sticky, we're doing something wrong, right, ladies? Okay. This bottle's almost empty. I may end up having to switch bottles. There we go. Yay. Trying to think if there's anything else exciting going on, but really, not really. Father's Day was good for my hubby. We had a good day. Our daughter stopped by with our granddaughters, which I was thrilled about. Got to get hugs from both of them. And my daughter too, so all three of them. My son-in-law stayed at home, but since it was his Father's Day too, he decided to stay home and chill. So with nobody in the house but him. One happy guy, right? He lives with 3 women. So they didn't stay too long. We just hung out a little bit. My daughter and I hung out in here a little, and the girls hung out with their grandpa for a bit. And then, well, my daughter talked to my husband for a while, and then she came upstairs to see me in my craft room. So that was fun. We hung out for a little bit, looked at a few projects. And then they hung out with us for a little longer and chatted, and then they all went home. So it was a good day, and we had tri-tip for dinner and a yummy dessert, and so it was a good day. A good day in the neighborhood. All right, so what's going to happen is if I wasn't doing this on camera, I would stitch all the way around just this card, because this has to not be stitched because it's going to be a pocket. So what I would do would be to pre-stitch this on my sewing machine all the way around, and then put it on, glue it on here as a pocket and glue it on here as a pocket, or stitch it to this one and glue these two together. But since I'm not going to do it, I'm doing it on camera, I'm just going to go ahead and not worry about it. I don't want to I don't think I want to drag my sewing machine over, because I would have to stop doing what I'm doing. So now I want to find a sweet little rose that I could put on around my beautiful bride. Oh man, that's covering up all the stuff I just did. I like that. I really like that. I think I found my image already. I didn't even have to go very far. Definitely need to ink around this image. I guess it's cut enough. I fussy cut these at night one time, and I was watching a movie or something, series or something with my husband. We're probably Netflixing it. We just finished watching Call the Midwives. 9 seasons. I loved every minute of it. We binge watched that every night till like 1 in the morning. It was wonderful. Then we watched Big Shot, which is on Disney, which I adored. I love John Stamos, still a handsome guy. I know he's getting older. I loved that as well. We're watching Downton Abbey because I saw the movie and we couldn't get the series here, and then finally Netflix picked it up. So now we can watch it. Super excited about that. So I'm watching that. What else are we watching? We're watching a couple of things all at once. We watch it, we get tired, we move on to another one, come back, At least I think that's the one I want. My other option would be something small like that. No, I like this because it wraps around her. I think that's what's just exciting me about this one. I am super excited about crafting again. I've come up with some fun projects that I wanted to make, and I was shoot. And I kind of started them off camera, and then I thought, no, do them on camera. The girls want to see. They want new projects too. And even if they're not ready to make them right now, they can write themselves a note and come back and make them later, right? So I am trying not to, like, as much as I love all the challenges that are out, you guys are seeing it made by so many people that by the time, you know, because I wait to make it to give them a chance to have their videos out, then I do my video. But by the time I make it, it's old hat for you guys, and you're like, big deal. So, I want to add a number or something here. Let me see what have I got. I have to decide. Do I want it on the corner or do I want it up there? Maybe down there. She's got kind of a green cast to this, so I'm wondering if one of these little green ones would work. So I decided not to do the challenges right now that I've been doing with Tina and Rachel, unless it's going into my sewing book, which if it is, then, you know, because I need a page, or I need something like that on a page. So what do I have on my finger there? I wanted things that not everybody else was doing right at this minute. So I did some research and looked around and watched a lot of videos and looked at the internet and looked at Pinterest and came up with some projects that not everybody was doing at the moment. Doesn't mean people haven't done it. It just means they're not doing it right at this very second. A lot of people. So, oh, there we have our first one. Now the question is, do I glue it to this one and make this one the pocket? And then it could be a pocket back here or it becomes a journaling card. This is not very heavy, but it's not flimsy either, so I'm in a quandary. What can I do here? You know what? I'll do what I always say. I'll leave it as a pocket. I can always close it up, right? That's always the way to do it. Can't say I'm particularly neat this morning. I lost my side again. There it is. Like, which side do I want? I mean, there's no real straight it because I purposely left it not straight, but I mean, sort of want a straight-ish. Straightish. I don't know if it'll stick to this grease paper. We'll see. It's got coffee on it too, and sometimes I notice with the coffee staining, dyeing, it doesn't stick. Or it sticks eventually, just not right off the bat. I'm grabbing some tags. I have some Carry the Crafters pretty lace tags because I want to show you, you know, what like a little tag would look like in there. Oh, I just blocked out the light with that. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay. I see my desk is quickly becoming a massive mess as usual. So what that would be like behind that one would be, there would be, it might be nice if I turned it right side up instead of upside down. It's too early. Oh my gosh, it's like 7:30 in the morning. I don't usually wake up before 9. So there's our first pocket. Then we're going to glue this onto this, and I want to make sure I've got the side that I've been goofing around with here. Oh goodness, I guess this side. Okay. Now we're going to put this one on, let's turn this around maybe. Yeah. We're going to do that. And our pocket is basically done. Isn't that awesome? Except if you want to sew it. Now, if you just wanted, you could stitch it all the way around here through all the layers, except for the top layer. And you know what? That does, oh, great idea. That does, I heard you. I heard someone say it. I know I did because it came out of nowhere. One of you said, why don't you just trim, you know, sew around the 3 sides and leave that one open. Then that gives me my double pocket, but I also get my stitching, which would look really pretty. So I may try that. Oh, I'm getting glue everywhere. You can sort of see the glue through, but not really, because it does dry clear. I am going to push it in there to kind of smear it along so you don't get any set line. I'm going to use the warmth of my hands to dry the glue because it's chilly in here. Not freezing. I love the freshness of the early morning. The birds are singing. I've heard a few cars go by, but it's not too bad. There's our first double pocket. Isn't this awesome? So you could have one here. Let me get another one of Carrie's cards. I love these cards. They're all lacy. In fact, these might be the cards that I will use in here. And then there's our other pocket. And depending upon how you put it on your book page or whatever you're doing, you could have a third pocket. So you could have 3 pockets in there. Is that awesome or what? And they're simple, they're easy, they're quick, but they're gorgeous. Oh, they're so yummy. Very shabby. For those of you who like your Victorian shabby, there it is. Got it. All right, I'm going to make some more. Okay. See if we can get a few done today. Let's see, what time do I have until... Oh, I've got plenty of time. We might even have to start another project. Who knows? We'll see. I'm getting all excited and ahead of myself, and then I'll end up not having time. So, all right. So what I'm going to do, to speed this along, I am going to mass make a little bit of it. I'll do each card individually, but I sure can do the prep together, right? I didn't think of that before. Oh, forgot to put my phone on airplane. Whoops. Well, my iPad anyway. That's okay. It's okay. I'll catch up later. I know who it is. Morning, sweetie. I know you know who you are. So, okay, where'd my other... Oh, that's... Okay, I got confused there for a minute. Oh, I forgot about these. I can also use this on one. I guess I should put these things in front of me. So I'm going to kind of set them around me so I can see all my... the things I can use. How's that? That'll work. And then my, see what goes with what picture. Now she has a, oh, what a pretty lacy dress. They're all pretty lacy. So I could see me using some of those with them. I think she's another music page. These two maybe book page. We'll kind of see about that. We don't want to wrinkle these up. We could... What you hear me is disturbing the fibers in the paper. To give them a little age. This is how I age my papers when I want something to look old. So maybe it's not so, you know, flat and pristine, you know, kind of like this one. Not so stiff, right? So I'm going to put that up there. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to ink everything. Yep, let's pick our darker side. Let's use this side. Oh, so what are you guys all up to? Doing anything exciting? How was your last weekend? For me, it was crafting when I wasn't in bed. More migraines, guys. Just tons of migraines every single day. Going to be seeing a few specialists very soon here, so get to the bottom of it. Not that I haven't seen any. I've seen tons, and I've done everything I thought I could possibly do, but, you know, we'll see. Along with other stuff, so, including not sleeping. Tried everything there, too. I'm over here trying not to yawn. So, let's see. Today's Tuesday. Hopefully it's not street sweeper day. I'm hoping he doesn't come today. I don't think he does. I think he came, like, comes every other week. With my luck. Look at street sweeper. Although we do get early morning Prime deliveries. I don't think I have anything Amazon, but I do have some Etsy coming. I think all my Amazons are already here. I've been ordering some paper pads for some projects, so specific projects that I wanted a particular kind of paper that I didn't have. I don't have a lot of scrapbooking paper, and what I have is mostly like for babies, boys and girls, and you know, specific like projects for when the kids were little and I was doing scrapbooking and some card making. So I just don't really have any of the newer cute stuff that's out. So I, you know, been ordering some fun papers that I wouldn't normally have. Some Frank Garcia, Mente, I think it's called Cartabella pads. I have some Simple Stories, but that's mostly Christmas. So I was trying to get a hold of some of that. I don't need any Christmas paper. Oh my gosh. I went crazy the year before and last year again. So I'm kind of thinking I don't need that, but you never know. I feel like these edges are still a little too perfect. So I have lots of those orders coming. I've got some that already came in, which I was going to share with you. And what else did I get? Oh, I got a big order from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. Oh gosh, I got a great order from her. Since I was a little girl, I've always loved the Dick and Jane books. Learned to read with those. Taught my youngest, well, not my oldest, but the next oldest granddaughter to read using Dick and Jane. She was having difficulties learning, so we read those all the time, and she would read them to me after school or in the evening when they were staying with us for a while. And so I have a real heart for those books. Well, Emily did a just adorable project with them, and I've seen a number of other Dick and Jane projects. And so I got some. Emily had a Dick and Jane book. Oh, and so I snagged that immediately. I bought a bunch of stuff to do some cute little notebooks, folio kind of things. So I can't wait to do those. But I don't think those will be anytime soon since we are already in June, coming up on July. Maybe in July and August I could. I mean, I do videos 3 times a week, right? So it's not like I don't have stuff I want to make, and I need to make, right? But I got a big old order from Emily. Like I said, my daughter had given me an Etsy gift card, not an Amazon, an Etsy gift card. And I finally went shopping with that, and I bought a whole line of papers that I was really interested in. So I can't wait for those to come in. I did order the rubber stamps that Gail was using in her video the other day. I'm waiting on those. Can't wait to get those. And I went and had a little shop at her shop to get the digital set she used that I thought I had, but I can't find them anywhere, so I guess I do not. All right, we've done all the prep work, so let's move on and find a card for her. And I thought maybe I wanted to use the music paper here as well. Now, you have to do this carefully. You got to put your thumbs in the middle and kind of go back and forth so that you don't rip it in half. Because I have done that. When I first learned to do this, I was watching a couple of videos on how to age paper. And, well, let's put it this way. It wasn't a big success the first time. So, you know, it is what it is. It happens, right? Ripped it right in half. Second try, it was not as good either. So, alrighty. I'm going to turn the music on this side because I love the way that looks going down the side there. So, let me... glue that on. I might be overdoing it with the vintage photo here, but I think it's okay. I want it to be aged looking. Might be a little older. Some people say you should barely hit it with ink. I know there's lots of schools of thought on that. So just do your thing. Whatever you like, do that. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing what I like. My channel, doing what I like. If it's not your way, that's okay. You're free to do your project however you would like. I support that. I support fun, which is what this crafting is all about. It's fun, fun, fun. If you are not having fun, don't do it. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. If it's not bringing you joy, do it. You know, don't do it. Only do what brings you joy. And if someone else doesn't understand it or like it, well, too bad for them, right? Let's do what brings us joy. There's so much sadness and bad news in the world. Ugh. So let's try to make this YouTube crafting world our happy place. Oh, darn, let's see. It's still wet, maybe. Do you think? It's pretty wet, the whole thing. Yes, I got it before it stayed on. I want to maybe... There should be... I put so much ink on this thing. I shouldn't have to ink it again for all the little things, that's for sure. I'm trying to see if that's where I want it or if I want it up here, maybe more. I know I'm covering up the music paper, but it's there. I mean, we know it's there, right? Because I'm going to put some kind of pretty flower down here. You can tell these ladies are not the exact focal point for this project. They are part of it, but they're not the whole focal point. Let me get this down. Yeah. You notice I use a card when it's not Fabri-Tac, and then I'll use the spatula or the little finger things. Did I get any glue on that? No. Felt like it, but not. This is a dry one, not a wet one. If I did that, it would ruin my paper. Oh boy, would it. I normally wouldn't leave this out here like that, but I did because I know I'm going to put a flower there, so it's fine. All right, so now we have our flower. Oop, hello. It could use just a little bit trimming. I think I was cutting in the dark that one night. I don't have great light where the TV is. I just have one light in there, and it's not, even all the way up, it's not very strong. I used to have a wonderful aught light, like you would use for sewing because it's daylight light, and it was on a stand up and over your head, and the stand broke. The head of it broke off, so I didn't want to go out and get another one. I want to get a new light for in there. We're talking about getting a sectional for in there. We have 2 couches in our family room where we watch TV, and I would like to go back to my sectional. I loved my sectional, absolutely loved it. And so, because I always like the chaise lounge on it, so I want to go back to that. So I'm hoping to get we just got to go out with COVID. We decided to do it, then COVID hit, and we couldn't go out, and so I don't even know. There's not a lot, there hasn't been any manufacturing for so long. I don't know if people are, how the furniture stores locally here are fixed for a product, or how long we would have to wait to get one if we bought one. We really need to get on it, but I haven't really wanted to go out and shop for one. So pretty soon we'll get out there and get a new couch and a new lamp. But in the meantime, I fussy cut in there when I'm watching TV at night, and it's dark. So it's been nice that it's summery. The light's good right now. So yep, that's what I want right there. All right, and this is definitely, I think I need a little bow or something too. The bow I had in mind, I don't think don't know if I have one in here or not. May add that later. I have to pick this up for a minute so I can see it. I'm getting a weird shadow. It's a different time of day than I usually work in here, so. And many times everything to my right gives me a nice shadow that I have a hard time seeing. Okay, this is the time to go fix all these little pieces that aren't sticking. Now the question is, do we want any other? I have this box of goodies from Tracy Fox. I see something I might want, so let me see if I can give it a quick cut. And that cut off a thumb here. Okay. Oh, I cut that shorter than I wanted. All right, well, it is what it is. I was thinking I wanted to add like a little name up here. Come on, let go of my finger. It says Myrtle, meaning love. So I thought that was perfect there. That's really pretty. I think that's gonna go there. I'll give this a little more, just on that edge, had a big old white mark. So let me put that up there. This doesn't have any sticky on it, so. Sticking to me. I've already inked my thumb thoroughly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's that. That's done. Now let's get it onto its layers. I didn't use the paper towel this time. Wait, where'd my other layer go? Oh, there we are. All right. Gosh, I guess there wasn't any point in inking this because I can't even tell which side I inked it on. That was a whole lot of wasted time, wasn't it? All right, let's get this one glued on here first. Oh, this one's tight. Let me see. I think they're all the same size, but let me double check. Yeah, they're pretty much all the same size, so. You don't have to have a lot around it, just a little bit, just so that you can make your pocket. This is going to get some lace, I think. I feel like they need a little lace and a little ribbon. Yeah. Boy, I cut this one close, didn't I? What was I thinking? All right, so let's do this one. Yeah, this bottle's getting very low, but I'm getting ready to get my new one out, so I want to kind of empty this as much as I can. I won't empty it completely. It'll be a backup bottle. In fact, I think I'm ready to do that. I may, before I do my next project, turn that into my backup bottle. Ah! There we go. We've got our pockets. 1 and 2. I have some of this. It's pretty. Let me get some scissors. Where's my, oh, I want to put my lid on my glue. I'm wondering if I can, I want a really thin ribbon. I have some tiny pink ribbons, satin ribbons somewhere. I've got to go locate it. I did not pull over my cart today, which I usually do, so I can't go looking for it. Well, that wasn't too bad. I would normally cut this on my cutting table, not in my hand like that, but we want it to be kind of scruffy looking. We don't want it perfect. Maybe put it up in the corner there. Oh, that's pretty. I think that loop's a bit big. Let's see if we can get that down a little. Hopefully I'm not sticking my head in the camera here. This morning I had my husband set up the camera, and that's another reason I'm doing it early, is because once he gets to work on the wall, I won't see him again, you know, till lunchtime, so. I know. I will do a little inking on the ribbon. Inking my fingers more than I'm inking the ribbon. And I may get some, you know, lace down in the corner or something. I do want to trim my ends. Oh, that was a bad job. Come on, Laurette, you can do better. Hold on. That still did not come out all that great. Well, I'll fix it later. Okay, so what time is it? Oh, still got time. We can do another one. I don't know if the pink would look, a pink ribbon on that one would look good. No, I'll put something else there. All right, that's 2 down. Stuff stuck everywhere. All right, 2 pocket journaling cards finished. Let's go on to number 3. Where is it? Where's my ladies? Let's go for this lady here. Let's get her a card. Let's do a bit of paper towel with her too. And maybe let's do some book page with her. Let's do some French book page. All right. Fingers crossed. Don't mess this up too badly. Usually a little length I can do well with. I'm going to go sideways. Got a full sentence there. Isn't that funny? And I think we need some more. Let's put the works on here. Ooh, she takes up a lot of page. Well, I hate to cut these down, but I'm gonna. I'm very excited to be doing this. I love this project, so I'm so quiet. I'm just enjoying it so much. It is so fun. It's my happy place. I started paper crafting when my dad passed away. He was always so proud of me as a seamstress and a caregiver, and a mommy, and, you know, took care of my husband and my home, and worked, and, well, had my own businesses mostly, but, and he was always so proud of me and really supported my sewing. And so when he passed, I don't know, my heart just wasn't in sewing anymore. So I closed my sewing machine and started paper crafting, started watching paper crafting videos. And ever since then, it's been my happy place. It's been what's made it possible for me to, you know, grieve and do what I had to do. So, and I thought, oh, it would eventually go away. But if anything, it's gotten stronger, and, you know, I find myself doing it more and not less. So it's definitely the thing that makes me happiest right now. Let's see. Hold on. I want to see something. If that's 4, is that shorter? No, it's a square. Why didn't I make these more rectangle? I don't know. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so let's do that. I'm trying to get a feel for how this is going to look. Well, that's pretty. And then I would come up with some kind of a... might be too much, huh? How about a red rose on this one? I don't do a lot of red, but I really like... I mean, I have an entire box of fussy cut flowers. It's not like I have to use that, you know. I just grabbed a bunch out of here to take the photo, honestly. That's very pretty. I think it kind of overtakes her just a bit. Maybe this one. Oh, I think as usual, it's my first choice is my best choice, right? Oh, wait, why did I put those back? Put those back there. Let's see if I have anything else I want to use. This is very soft, so do I want to keep it soft? I think I do because of the journal it's going to go in. I don't want it real bright and sassy, so... All right, let me see, what else do I have here? I could do white. No. Do that one. Nope. You don't want to keep it kind of shabby, so I need it to be shabby. Let me find my... through my dauber here somewhere. Definitely want to get rid of that bright white. It doesn't go with what we're doing. I absolutely have to ink this. Oh, my tummy's about to growl really loud. Hopefully you guys don't hear it. I think I might be ready for breakfast when I finish this video. I'm hoping to do some more work on the trifold so that I can film that for Friday this afternoon. Because Thursday, I have a hair appointment, so I can't do any filming on Thursday. And banking and, you know, like a million other little errands that I need to do. Gotta go to Dollar Tree. I have a few things I gotta do on Thursdays, so it's now or never, you know? Of course, I can film tomorrow for Friday. It's either today or tomorrow. We'll see how far I get with my... because this is a very old book page, I'm not going to use the glue stick. I'm afraid it'll disintegrate with the glue stick. So. Let's see, how much of the page does this take up? Quite a bit. I have to say, gluing paper towel is a whole new thing for me. I think glue stick or fabric, any of the glues would work on this, I think. Oh, look at that. That gets it a really unique look there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue her almost to the very edge so that I can slide that in under her. Let's see how we do with that. I've never had this glue bottle this empty. It's weird. I always keep my glue bottles very full. Probably not the best thing to do, but I don't know, maybe you're supposed to give glue room to breathe or something. I don't know. Okay, now that's not completely glued right there. All right. Now I'm going to shove some glue under here since I didn't glue this. And it comes squishing out. And it doesn't stick to these wet ones too much, which I really like. And now we have our flowers. I think I will actually move those away from her instead of, no, I don't know. Towards her? What do we think? Oh, I guess I'll go towards her. I may, like I said, I may add some lace. I gotta go see what I've got that I would want to use that's sort of Victorian looking. And I have a lot of lace, so, I mean, not a lot, not compared to some, but I have enough lace that I have to go see what would be best. And this one, I think I want another little, okay, another little label. No, that's too bubblegummy. I wonder if, no, I don't think. What, this one? No, I don't, none of those. Okay. I could do black. Let me see what I have. Those are the Artsology. These are Tina here. Not that big, maybe. Let's see if I have a smaller one that's a little bit big. Well, of course I do. And it's on sticker paper, so I don't even have to use any glue. I'm gonna... Well, everybody, hard time's about up. I do have to go so I can eat some breakfast and spend some time with my husband before he goes. We could talk about the project for the day before he gets out there on the hill there and gets busy fixing that retaining wall, because the yard's sliding into everyone else's yards and it's going to end up in our yards if we don't get this handled. So it's a big worry, but it's also a big, huge expense. Should probably get busy and get some things into my Etsy shop. So let me, not up here, or do I want it here? I can put it up there. And it's crooked. Oh man, it's a sticker. Now I'll have to glue the sticker because I've disturbed it. And usually once you put those down, they stay down because these are the mailing stickers and they're pretty darn good. Definitely switching bottles. Hopefully the next time you see this, it will be a new one. All right, everyone. Well, I've really enjoyed my time with you. I'm very happy to be back. Sorry I missed the video on Monday, but I did put out a little one, just letting you know what's happened. So you wouldn't wonder if you didn't see anything for a while where I went. I'm still here. Let me just see if I have time to put this one on here so we can be done with this. We might go a couple minutes over, but I'm okay with that because I really want you to see these three. I had one more to do, but that's all right. I'll do that one off camera. And before I start my next video on Friday, I will show you what I ended up with. If I ended up with pearls or bling, or, you know, what I added. Oh gosh, this barely fits on here. I didn't do a very good job with this one. My goodness. Oh boy. Okay. So be careful with your cutting. I must have got bigger with the cards or something. Okay, I didn't do that one. We're good. Still got my pocket. I know I inked this already. Yep, there it is. Yep. Let me get this glued down. And we'll wrap this up. Well, thank you everyone for watching today. I really appreciate it. I'm so thrilled with all of your comments. Thank you for commenting. And there wouldn't be any reason for me to do this without you. So thank you for keeping it going. And I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. You're all very special to me, especially those of you who comment on a regular basis. It just makes my whole day. It makes my heart happy. And you guys have been great, especially on days when I'm not feeling great. So thank you so very, very much. If you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and the notification so you know when I'm doing videos. I usually do them Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but not always. If you like the video, please hit the little like button and comment, of course. Say hello. Let me know you're there, especially if you're brand new to my channel. Please tell me you're here and you're watching for the first time so I can say hello and welcome you to our little community. I really, really appreciate it. And here we go. I'm going to clean off the area a little bit so you guys can kind of see what our project is for today. Here they are. So these are our Victorian double pocket journal cards. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much. And I will see you all very soon. Hope to see you on Friday with a new Finish It Up Friday, or just a new Folio Friday. I think we're going to call this week's Folio Friday. So I will see you then. Take care, everyone. Hugs and kisses. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.